Level 1 USA. The awakening phase. Cities at this level recognize their waterfront's untapped potential and take initial steps toward transformation, moving beyond decades of industrial neglect. The consequences of action here are foundational, not revolutionary, establishing public access and basic infrastructure that opens possibilities for future growth. Consider Baltimore's Inner Harbor. The harbor's waterfront experience was negligible in the 1960s. Industrial decay dominated the landscape, with crumbling piers, abandoned warehouses, and zero public engagement with the water. Yet in 1980, the opening of Harbor Place transformed perception. This festival marketplace created the first genuine public destination, drawing residents back to forgotten shores. Baltimore's early success demonstrated clear progress. Converted warehouses became restaurants and shops. Promenade walkways welcomed families. And tourism numbers climbed steadily, year after year. However, the vision remained limited, focused primarily on commercial activity, rather than comprehensive urban integration. The awakening phase establishes momentum, but lacks the sophisticated planning that defines higher levels of achievement. Level 2 Germany. The infrastructure modernizer. Cities are distinguished by their systematic planning, engineering excellence, and ability to create resilient urban frameworks that withstand environmental challenges. They possess strong grasp of mixed-use development and demonstrate clear skills in flood management, transportation networks, and sustainable construction. However, while infrastructure brilliance shines, these projects sometimes lack the cultural magnetism and community intimacy that transform good developments into beloved destinations. Hamburg's HafenCity exemplifies this level of revitalization achievement. Launched in 2001, this massive 157-hectare redevelopment transformed Europe's largest inner-city development site with methodical German precision and unwavering commitment to quality. The city elevated entire buildings above flood levels, created sophisticated water management systems, and integrated residential towers with commercial spaces seamlessly. The crowning achievement, the Elbphilharmonie Concert Hall, demonstrates architectural ambition matched by structural innovation and acoustic perfection. HafenCity's infrastructure attracts 12,000 residents and generates thousands of jobs annually. Yet historians examining Hamburg's waterfront find technical excellence sometimes overshadowing spontaneous urban life and organic community formation. The infrastructure modernizer creates essential foundations, but doesn't always capture hearts. Level 3 Spain. The cultural catalyst. Level 3 cities are marked by bold vision, cultural investment, and an unwavering commitment to architecture as transformative force. Their leadership style embraces strategic risks and leverages iconic institutions to reshape global perception and local identity simultaneously. These cities are valued for creating landmarks that transcend mere buildings. Yet their approach occasionally prioritizes spectacle over systematic neighborhood improvement. Bilbao's waterfront revival stands as the classic example of cultural catalyst strategy in action. Facing devastating industrial decline throughout the 1980s, Bilbao made a billion-dollar gamble on Frank Gehry's sculptural Guggenheim Museum in 1997. This titanium-clad masterpiece sparked what urban planners now universally call the Bilbao effect, proving architecture alone can resurrect dying cities. The museum generated immediate transformation, attracting 1 million visitors annually and injecting hundreds of millions into the regional economy. Complementary investments followed naturally. Pedestrian bridges spanning the Nervion River, expanded green spaces, renovated promenades connecting previously isolated neighborhoods. Bilbao's cultural anchor restored civic pride and international relevance. However, the focus on landmark buildings sometimes overshadowed deeper community needs and equitable development. Level 4 Singapore. Cities epitomize environmental excellence, demonstrating mastery over water management, climate adaptation, biodiversity integration, and achievement of sustainability objectives, without compromising aesthetic magnificence. They are the professionals who balance ecology with economy, yet do so through steadfast engineering rather than through spontaneous organic community evolution. Their approach is highly methodical, marked by adaptability, attention to environmental detail, and pragmatic awareness of climate futures. Singapore's Marina Bay is widely recognized as a masterclass in ecological urban integration and visionary environmental planning. The most famous accomplishment, the Marina Barrage, completed in 2008, reveals deep understanding of both hydrological and recreational elements simultaneously. By damming the bay, Singapore created Southeast Asia's largest freshwater reservoir, while controlling flooding and enabling swimming in formerly brackish waters. Marina Bay's success extends far beyond engineering specifications and technical achievements. Gardens by the Bay showcases vertical gardens, solar-powered super trees, and climate-controlled biodomes that educate millions about environmental stewardship annually. The waterfront attracts 18 million visitors yearly, generating billions in economic activity while maintaining rigorous environmental standards. Singapore proves ecological responsibility and world-class development are complementary forces, rather than competing priorities. Level 5, Denmark. Cities redefine what is possible through exceptional focus on democratic access, social equity, and the willingness to prioritize public benefit over private profit margins consistently. Whether through free facilities, inclusive programming, or community-centered governance, their commitment transforms waterfronts from elite playgrounds into beloved public commons. These leaders demonstrate that true success measures community ownership and daily public engagement, rather than development costs or architectural awards. Copenhagen's harbor baths represent a testament to pure democratic urbanism and revolutionary thinking about urban water access. The transformation from polluted industrial harbor to swimmable public amenity is emblematic of Copenhagen's values. But it is the decision to create free public swimming facilities in the city center where community-first philosophy becomes immortalized. Forever, these floating platforms welcome all residents, regardless of income, age, or swimming ability, throughout the year. This approach democratized prime waterfront real estate that developers coveted desperately, resulting in profound social trust and community cohesion. Copenhagen's model extends beyond swimming. Cycling infrastructure connects neighborhoods, affordable housing maintains economic diversity, and public spaces encourage spontaneous gathering. The harbor baths prove waterfronts serving everyday people create more vibrant cities than exclusive luxury developments ever could. Level 6, Netherlands. Cities are distinguished by their profound ability to transcend limitations of conventional development practice, pioneering experimental approaches and structural innovations that permanently influence global waterfront thinking. Whereas beautiful design may enhance individual projects or districts, true innovation genius alters underlying assumptions about how waterfronts accommodate rising seas, circular economies, and post-industrial transformation. Their methods influence urban development theory internationally for generations. Amsterdam's IJover's transformation remains an archetype of innovation and adaptive reuse at unprecedented scale. Throughout the redevelopment, Amsterdam introduced floating neighborhoods where homes rise with water levels, creative industry clusters occupy former shipyards, and circular economy principles govern construction material choices. The innovation extended beyond physical infrastructure. Community engagement apps, real-time environmental monitoring, and co-creation processes involving residents in decision-making fundamentally changed development governance. Amsterdam's northern waterfront absorbed lessons from conquered challenges elsewhere, adapting film studios, tech incubators, and artistic venues into industrial heritage buildings seamlessly. The use of smart city technology, nature-based climate solutions, and experimental housing models enabled coordinated transformation. Innovation pioneers like Amsterdam established paradigms studied worldwide, proving post-industrial waterfronts can become laboratories for sustainable urban futures. Level 7, Australia, represents the absolute pinnacle of waterfront revitalization achievement worldwide. The truly legendary transformations whose excellence encompasses not only infrastructure and ecology, but also cultural magnetism, economic dynamism, environmental stewardship, and the transformation of entire national identity simultaneously. These rare cities fuse natural advantage, architectural vision, and democratic access to such extraordinary extent that their harbors become inseparable from global urban imagination. Sydney Harbour stands as the quintessential example of waterfront perfection and comprehensive excellence across every dimension. The Sydney Opera House, opening in 1973, remains a textbook case of architectural daring, cultural investment, and nation-building ambition. This UNESCO World Heritage structure created instant global recognition, attracting millions annually and generating billions in economic impact. Sydney's influence extends far beyond singular landmarks or isolated projects. The comprehensive foreshore strategy balances Aboriginal heritage recognition, marine ecosystem protection, world-class beaches, vibrant ferry networks, and democratic public access. Darling Harbour, Circular Quay, and Barangaroo demonstrate continuous evolution and sustained commitment. The harbour generates $44 billion in tourism revenue, hosts iconic celebrations like New Year's Eve fireworks watched by billions, and provides daily recreation for diverse communities.